Well, today is finally Father's Day. Now, for those who don't know what Father's Day is, in case you've been living inside a rock, Father's Day is the day where we celebrate all fathers. And just like most of you watching this video, I also have a father because without a father you wouldn't be born. Well, obviously. But yeah, this video is kind of like a love letter to my father, and I've never really been that close to my father, and this video is just kind of, I'm going to talk about my relationship with him, and this is just kind of like my token of gratitude for my father. So without further ado, let's begin. Now, as I've previously mentioned, me and my father have always had a very distant relationship. We were never like had a bad relationship, but it's just that, you know how father and son bond over time. We never really had that moment. Well, at least I think so. He may have different thought. I don't know. But my father is about like 56 years old, which is very old. I mean the most nicest way possible. You know, age is just a number. But like there is this one incident that comes to my mind, which I'm gonna, tell you guys about it. So picture this. Well, let me picture it for you. Now, at the time, I was in fourth grade or third grade. I want to say fourth grade. Normally, my mother would drop me off to my tuition classes, but for some reason, my father decided to drop me off. I don't remember exactly why. But basically, one of my friends said that, "Is that your grandpa?" And I am kind of laughing my freaking face off. And then I go back home and talk about it. It's the weird part is that this exact same incident happened with my father. I think at the time he was taking my younger sister to school, and I believe one of her friends told her that if that was her grandpa, and it's just kind of funny. I don't know why. My father normally is, as I said, he's 56 years old, which is pretty old, not gonna lie, and I mean the most respectful way. But yeah, that's one of the like incidents I remember. I remember that I've always had like a different indifferent towards my father. Never really spoke to him much. Now, my mother would always tell me that I did not get anything from my father, and that's a complete lie. She would tell me that the only traits that I gained from my father were his stubbornness and his anger. That's pretty much the only two things I got from him. But even then, my father has always been very a chill guy. He never really, lashes out normally. He's kind of that person, who doesn't really like to get into any sort of conflict with others, and I think that's one of the most redeeming qualities about him, is that he never gets into conflict, no matter how tough things, no matter how many times people insult him, he never gets into a conflict because he doesn't want to cause drama or problems, and I think that's one of the biggest things I like about him, which I admire most about him. Besides that, he's never really been that strict. He's always been very supportive, which is very hard to find, especially in Asia, if you think about it. And he's very sweet. He's very funny, first of all. But yeah, that's pretty much really all I have to say about my father. Is I love you. That's all I really have to say about my father. He's a great human being, and like I always heard from my mother. I think she would always tell me that he was always very kind, was always willing to help people, and that no, to this day, no person has ever said anything ill about him because in everyone's eyes, he's been such a great guy. He's always been very helping, and that's one of the reasons I admire him so much. Is that's one of the things I want to be when I grow up. I want to gain these traits as well. And of course, he's not perfect by any means. He's a human, of course. But for me, he was always my hero as a child. As I always looked forward into him, I always looked up to him. That one day maybe I could be just as good, if not better. But to be honest, I can never thank him enough for being there for me, because I'm so glad to still have him, because a lot of people don't have a father. Another thing that I love about my father is that he has a lot of knowledge, Like, we always, I think after finishing dinner, we would go up. Instead of going to sleep, I would talk to him about life and stuff. He would always give me these very motivational speeches, which I take from the bottom of my heart. I try to integrate intrigate them into my life. I probably butchered that spelling, but or pronunciation. Sorry about that, but basically, he's just been like a guide to me, and I can never thank him. Like literally, no matter how many things I do, no matter how many times I try, I can never thank him enough for being there for me. He's always been so supportive, so caring, so loving, and I'm still so happy that he's with us, still to this day, because a lot of my classmates don't have a father. They lost their father at a young age, or their father died. But I'm still happy that I'm still with him and I'm able to see him well. And even though I've had so many chances to spend time with him, I've just never spent that time. And it's definitely my fault. I'm not blaming it. It's my fault, definitely. I just don't care much about him. But I'm pretty sure there will come a day when I will regret my decision of not spending more time with him. Because, like, of course, it's the ecosystem that one day everyone has to leave, everyone has to die, and I'm just waiting for that day to come. Not eagerly, but I know that day will come soon, maybe. God knows, but I'm just preparing myself for that day, because that day I will not be sad. I will rather be happy because I was able to spend and give my time to my father, even though I will regret a lot of my decisions. And I'm pretty sure that even when he does finally close his eyes for good, I'm pretty sure that he will not regret anything that he's done in his life. I'm sure there are regrets in his life which I don't know of, but I'm pretty sure that he is happy to have such a loving family, and that's really all I have to say about this Father's Day. Is that I've never really been open up with my father, never really showed him my affections or any sort, and I'm sure that one day I will regret him, but for now I'm just still lucky to have him by my side, alive and well, and I hope that one day I can take good care of him, or one day that I can take good care of this house or this family that he has left, and the legacy and everything that he's done will always be a part of me, and even if he does pass away, he will forever be alive in my heart, because he's a great father, and I love him. So Dad, if you're watching this, I love you, and please take good care. Now that is it for this video. Now for this video, I'm not going to be asking you to like or subscribe. For this video, my only wish is that you go to your father right now. Don't disturb him if he's working. Go to him if he has free time. Go to him, give him a small hug, and tell him how much you appreciate, how much you love him. That's pretty much it. Done. That's all I ask for my viewers. But once again, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.